We are continuing our exploration of the Beyond Lemuria Oracle card deck, and our card for this new moon in Virgo is number 56, Vulnerability. We are being reminded here that our true strength and our true power really is our willingness to be real and honest with ourselves and each other. Being willing to be humble, being willing to be wrong, be willing to say, hey, I don't know everything. Or, hey, I thought this thing and now I have this new information and it's confusing me and I don't know what to do with it. And if we're going to get through this shift in our world, we have to do it from a place of vulnerability and honesty. There's a bunch of people spending generations pretending they were fine when they were not, and not being willing to talk about it and be real and be vulnerable has caused a lot of harm in our world. Being afraid of being vulnerable has really built this foundation that we're seeing in the world of systems that don't work and are collapsing around us one way or another. And that's always generally been the case. I'm going to actually want to read this and see what it says, because I'm exploring this deck along with you. I definitely go off my own intuition, but it's really useful to read. Vulnerability is real strength, holding space, healing past wounds, accepting yourself as you are, sharing from the depths of your heart raw truths, compassion for others, removing your armor. So, one of the problems when we shut down feeling negative emotions, and it's also we put all this armor on so we don't feel all these negative emotions, we also end up not feeling the good emotions either. The idea that we can walk through the world numbing ourselves to pain, but then feel the greatest depths of joy and pleasure and happiness, that's false. You can't have one without the other. You have to feel everything if you want the highest of the highs and lowest of the lows. And we are in a world that we think we need to armor up when the opposite is true. We need to take off our armor. We need to get honest with each other and the people around us and own up to our past mistakes, to say, hey, there was a time I didn't know better. Once there was a time in my life where I had to be very armored, and it was really important to do that in order to survive, and I'm not in that time anymore in my life. And I would actually be doing a disservice to myself and others if I wasn't being willing to be real and honest and vulnerable with you all. I mean, I'm definitely doing it here, talking about, oh, guess what? Now I channel people. And it's very vulnerable. It's very scary. But it's actually creating a light for me that is better and more balanced and grounded and healthier. Just reading straight out of the book here, the divinatory meaning is be vulnerable with yourself and others. It also may be time to step into the role of healer and holding space. Holding space means fully present without judgment in a way that provides a safe and nurturing environment. In this place, guards can be dropped and a deeper level of awareness and relating can unfold. Enabling unconditional love and acceptance allows for vulnerabilities to be expressed, for the core of dis-ease to be discovered, and for profound healing to take place. So what's really interesting is this card came up as I'm really talking a lot today in this update about healing the body, about what we need to work with our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And one reference I think I would love to give you all is Brene Brown, obviously Queen of Vulnerability. But this idea of being willing to be open, to be vulnerable, to live wholehearted is I'll put links to that. I've done that. Actually, I should update my wholehearted inventory to see how much I'm living wholeheartedly and being willing to give the gift of being vulnerable about who I am in the world to others. And wow, I'm kind of in awe about this coming up. The idea of is we don't heal from putting more armor on. We heal from taking our armor off. And, you know, it's a really beautiful card. It's got these 2 quartz crystals. It's got the dragon in here. And then I'll give you a little bit more information from the Beyond the Lemuria deck here about it, since I'm also exploring this deck with you. I think it's great to tie in intuition and what I read in the card with actually, you know, what Izzy Ivy, the author, has written. So, our vulnerability can be one of the greatest gifts we share. It can also be the hardest. In our society, we are conditioned to put on a facade, to be strong, even in times of difficulty. Paradoxically, being vulnerable is one of the strongest things we can be. It is easy to arm ourselves from the harsh truths that may be too painful to bring to the light away. However, this causes greatest suffering as buried pain becomes shadows. Unprocessed negative experiences can incarnate as much more troublesome traits or insecurities in their origins. You know, the other thing about this is, you know, this is all about the physical body and being willing to sit in liminal spaces and allow yourself to heal and not try to rush through it. You know, a big part of that is being willing to say, so being willing to sit with our shadow, have tea with our shadow, to talk with our shadow. I mean, there's parts of ourselves that we rather not admit that are there. I just recently came across a clip from Inside Out 2 where they're dealing with anxiety, and you're trying to figure out and Riley's trying to figure out who she is, and anxiety is taking over, and it's just a really powerful clip. I'll include it. It was awesome for me to go see that with my daughter. She's looking over at me in the theater. She's going, "Mom, are you okay?" Because I'm crying. Because I understand that to be vulnerable is terrifying, but if you aren't willing to talk about things, they'll build up inside you and eat you from the inside out. These blockages will stay, and they truly will become cancer, just like I was talking about with my demonstration on the body. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, vulnerability.